what's up everyone? Nick here. Welcome back to the Mirkwood Paths campaign in Lord of the Rings Living Card Game. In this video, we're still on the Escape from Dol Guldur scenario, but we're moving on to Quest 2. So, we're getting really close to freeing up the prisoner, but as you'll see in this video, some bad stuff happens as soon as we do that. So, let's go ahead and jump into it. Before we start, in the description, there's links to the Instagram for this channel, the Discord server. Feel free to join either of those, see what I'm up to when it comes to games, personal stuff, all that, chat with some fellow viewers. But otherwise, let's get into the gameplay. Through the Caverns. Finding a hidden entrance to the dungeons of Dol Guldur at last, you attempt to make your way through the caverns beneath the hill, searching for your imprisoned friend. The denizens of this labyrinth stand in your way, while the jailers detain the prisoner. Response. After placing any number of progress tokens on this card, flip the prisoner hero card face up and place one damage token on it. This hero has been rescued and may now be used by its controller. The players as a group cannot play more than one ally card each round. Players cannot advance to the next stage of this quest unless they have rescued the prisoner and have all three Escape from Dol Guldur objective cards. Alright, so we are all good and set up to continue with the Escape from Dol Guldur scenario. If you notice anything on the board for those keen-eyed viewers that is slightly different than in the last video, I ended up moving filming locations to a different room in my house. So I was very careful. I took pictures of all the board state. I put all the cards away in the same order, and I put everything back on the table exactly as it was. If I missed anything, I apologize. I'm pretty sure I got it spot on. Really, the only thing I moved was the two objective cards. Instead of having them in the staging area, I moved them over here. Otherwise, everything is exactly the same. So let's go ahead and just carry off. We are now on the second quest, Through the Caverns, and a couple things are going to happen here. So as soon as we place progress tokens on this quest, our imprisoned hero, which is Bearvor, will flip up and get a damage. And then the Nazgul of Dol Guldur, we might as well read the first part of this now, or the second part actually. So, Nazgul of Dol Guldur, no attachments can be played on Nazgul of Dol Guldur. Forced, when the prisoner is rescued, move the Nazgul into the staging area. And we'll talk about the rest of its abilities later, because those are pretty nasty. But the main thing you need to note is, as soon as your prisoner is rescued, the Nazgul is going to enter into the staging area. So, that's where we left off. Now, we need... I forgot to flip the second quest here. So, we need 15 quest counters in order to make it through this quest. And we also need to get these last two objectives. And remember, these two, once we get them, they're going to be doing negative things. This one's going to be damaging a hero. This one is going to be doubling threat on the refresh phase. So you have to be strategic about when you get these. And so right now, the biggest threat on our board are those two objectives, getting them at the right time, and the Nazgul, which is not yet actually on the board, but it is off to the side, ready to enter pretty soon. So in the last quest, we stopped during the quest phase. We resolved the quest. Mendor's ability triggered. He readied, and each player drew a card. And so now the quest phase is over, and we'll go right into the travel phase. So the Necromancer's Pass on board, when we travel there, we have to discard... The first player has to discard 2 cards at random. And looking at my first player hand, I don't really want to do that. So we're not going to travel there. We have the Endless Caverns, which is only adding 1 shadow to the staging area. And then we have Enchanted Stream. While it is the active location, players cannot draw cards. I think I'm actually going to do that one because I have some good cards already, as much as I would like to draw. Kind of thinking maybe drawing would be helpful, so let's get a little selfish here. Let's do the Endless Caverns. This is the least threatening location. It's going to take 3 to get through, but I'm kind of hoping for some good card draw because I need to start prepping for when that Nazgul comes out, and we still have this King Spider that we're going to have to worry about. So That will do the travel phase. Now we'll go to the engagement phase. We can do an optional engagement here. We're in kind of a rough spot. Mendor, he only has 1 HP left. Over here, our only blocker is Legolas, and over here, Aragorn. Aragorn's probably going to have to take this block. I think that makes the most sense. So let's have the King Spider go over here, and I'm just going to make sure I don't have anything that I could use for this. So he's going to engage over here, and then we're going to. So we could block with Mendor. But I think with Aragorn, remember, he has the unexpected courage, so we could tap it to ready him. He's also going to gain stuff. Yeah, I think that makes the most sense. So King Spider's swinging for 3. Aragorn has 2 shields, so that's automatically 1 damage going through. I don't think it's going to get any worse than an additional 1. Let's hope. Otherwise, Aragorn will die. Alternatively, Mendor could actually die, and we won't automatically lose. In the previous scenarios, if he dies, you automatically lose. That's actually not the case for this scenario. But we're going to take our chances, and we will. So first, we're going to deal our shadow card. We're going to declare blocks with Aragorn, and then I'm going to immediately exhaust Unexpected Courage to ready him. So he's still blocking, but he's no longer exhausted, which could potentially have good indications. And then we will, we will reveal our shadow card. All right. Okay, so it's Iron Shackles. So it has a when revealed effect, which doesn't matter. However, the shadow is resolve the when revealed effect of Iron Shackles. So no matter what, you have to deal with this card. So the when revealed effect is attach it to the top of the first player's deck. It counts as a condition attachment with the text. The next time a player would draw 1 or more cards from attached deck, discard this instead. So we wanted our card draw. We're not going to get it either way. So that's going to go on top of the deck, and that's actually okay, because now we're going to do the 3 attack against 2 shield. Aragorn will take 1 damage going to 2. However, he's ready, and so we will just full swing at the King Spider. Again, Legolas has ranged, so we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 against 1 shield. That's going to deal 6 damage. He only has 3 HP, sorry. So our King Spider is going to die. And then because Legolas participated in an attack that destroys an enemy, we get 2 progress tokens on our current quest. However, those are going to go on our location instead, so we don't have to worry about the Nazgul coming out just yet. And there we go. We're actually in a pretty good spot with no enemies out. Let's hope that holds. So let's go ahead and go to refresh phase. In the last video, I started kind of editing this part out. I'll go ahead and keep it at the beginning here just so anyone hopping on remembers what we have to do. So we will refresh everything. We'll each go up a threat. So we're going to go 35 over here and 39 over here. Our first player token is going to swap. So Mendor is going to come over here. Now we're going to go to the refresh phase. So everybody will gain a resource. Denethor will get 1. Legolas has the Steward of Gondor, so he gets to add 2 resources to his pool. So we'll tap that, and he will go up. He has 11. So Legolas, we are very good on red resources. He gets 3 because he gets 1 from resource, and then we're exhausting this for him. So he's at 12. Aragorn has the Appointed by Fate card. Oh, I just forgot. During that previous combat, Legolas and Aragorn both attacked, which means because of their Valor cards, they get to heal a damage. So Legolas's damage goes away. Aragorn's goes back down to 1, and they also pinged the spider for 1. So don't forget Valor. That just helped a lot. Aragorn... I forget. He had 1 resource. With Appointed by Fate, he gains an additional, so he's going to go up to 3. Theodred will go to 2, and Eowyn will go to 3. And then we would draw, so we'll draw over here. That is a good one. And then over here, instead of drawing, we will just go through the Iron Shackles, and so we'll discard this instead of drawing. Okay, now we are good to go into our planning phase. We've covered everything. So let's see what we can do. We're going to spend 3 green resources off of Denethor to play, getting a little crowded over here, Daughter of Nimrodel. She can exhaust to heal up to 2 damage on any one hero, which I might end up doing. I'm not sure yet. And then that, I think, is all we're going to do on this side. I have some really good red cards that I'm saving. And then over here, what we're going to do, I've kind of been holding this for a while. I'm going to spend 1 blue resource off of Éowyn to play Dwarven Tomb. Return 1 spirit card from your discard pile to your hand. I'm going to get the Test of Will that we played earlier, which will cancel the when revealed effect of a card from the encounter deck. And then I am also, we need to start worrying about threat a little more, and chances are this Shadow Key is going to go to whoever, or sorry, the Dungeon Torch, because that is going to be adding double threat each time. We got to be careful of that. So I'm going to spend 2 blue off of Éowyn and 1 blue off of Aragorn. Remember, because of Celebrian Stone from last quest, he can spend his resources for blue. And so for 3, we're going to play the Galadrim's Greeting. I can reduce 1 player's threat by 6 or reduce each player's threat by 2. We're going to reduce this player's threat by 6, so I'm going to go from 39 all the way down to 33. That is really helpful. Oh, we can only play 1 ally per turn, so we played Daughter of Nimrodel. Now what I'm going to do is exhaust Denethor to look at the top card of the encounter deck. It's a Dol Guldur Beastmaster. I'd prefer no enemies right now because the Nazgul's probably going to come out this turn. So the lesser enemies we have, the better. So I'm going to actually put this one on the bottom. And then I'm going to exhaust the Daughter of Nimrodel to heal up to 2 damage on any hero. I'm going to heal it off Éowyn. She only has 1, but she quests every time, and I don't want her getting damaged from any when revealed effects. So I think we're good there. We are now fully resolved on everything. I think I like where we're at. So planning phase is over. Let's go ahead and go into the quest phase. So as always, Éowyn's going to go for 4. We're going to do the Theodred Aragorn combo. So that's going to be 9 total. If you remember from the last video, it's pretty much always a guaranteed 9 right there. Then we will do the Lorien Guide, which he has an ability. That'll bring us up to 10 willpower. When he commits to a quest, place 1 progress token on the active location. Our active location already has 2, and it needs 3, so that will finish our active location. And now we're in a really good spot to tackle this quest. There's currently only 5 shadow in the staging area, so 5 there. And I think I actually want to keep a lot of our enemies up right now. He can stay up. Aragorn, I'd like for him, or Faramir. Faramir, we need him for quest points. So Faramir is going to exhaust. Exhaust Faramir to choose a player. Each character controlled by that player gets +1 willpower until the end of the phase. So we were already at 10, and that's going to be, it's every character. So 11, 12, 13, 14. Faramir is one of the best cards. It's really going to help us get through this 15 card problem. So we're at 14 against 5 right now. I can do the discard ability. I'm not going to discard anything over here. Remember Éowyn, I can discard 1 card from your hand to give Éowyn +1 willpower until the end of the phase. This effect may be triggered by each player once each round. Do I have anything I can discard over here? I think so. So I'm going to discard Hennemarth River Song to bring this up to 15, and then check this out. Since this is the quest phase, I'm going to spend 1 green resource off of Denethor to play Radagast's Cunning. Choose an... Oh, nope, that's an enemy. Shoot. I thought it was a location. Never mind. Put that resource back. Choose an enemy in the staging. Yeah. Okay. Can't do what I was planning on doing. But that's okay. We're at 15 against 5 right now. I like those odds. So let's go ahead. This is going to be where the Nazgul finally comes out. Bear that in mind. So 15 against 5. Flip 1. We have Under the Shadow. When revealed, until the end of the phase, raise the total shadow in the staging area by X, where X is the number of players in the game. I'm honestly okay with that. It's going to add 2, bringing us up to 7. But remember, we have that A Test of Will card to cancel an effect, but that one, I'd rather save it for something a little more damaging. So that's 1 flip, and then 2, we got the Tower Gate. Forced. After traveling to Tower Gate, each player places the top card of their deck face down in front of them as if it just engaged them from the staging area. These cards are called Orc, Guard, and act as enemies with 1/1/1. So I'm honestly okay with that. That's going to bump this up to 9. So we're at 15 against 9. That's going to do 6 on our Through the Caverns here. Pretty good, honestly. And now we will go into the travel phase. So we have can't draw cards. First player discards 2 cards at random. Or, again, let's read this one more time. After traveling to the Tower Gate, each player places the top card of their deck face down in front of them. I don't want to do that because it's going to give us more enemies. And we already said that the Nazgul is about to come out. So let's go ahead and travel. This I don't think is going to stay around for long. Let's travel to the Enchanted Stream. While it's the active location, players cannot draw cards. But remember, if Legolas kills an enemy, that'll deal 2 here, which will get rid of it automatically. Okay, so we've now... Oh, wait, technically, sorry. Before that travel phase, as soon as quest counters are put on here, our prisoner is freed. So, yep, okay. So Barivor is now freed. We freed her from prison. She's going to come in with 1 damage. And remember, Barivor, she can exhaust to choose a player. That player draws 2 cards. Limit once per round. So now the Nazgul is going to enter the staging area. So the Nazgul has a 3rd ability. It has 5 shadow, 4 attack, 3 shield, 9 HP, and the final ability is after a shadow effect dealt to Nazgul of Dol Guldur resolves, the engaged player must choose and discard 1 character they control. So the Nazgul basically is going to kill an ally from combat most likely, and then also kill one from its ability. So that's the whole point of this quest here, is why we could only play 1 ally each turn. The game tries to make it so you have as few allies as possible, because the Nazgul basically kills 2 on every attack. The Nazgul does have 40 threat, so right now it would not engage any of us. However, it has 5 shadow, so we don't want it sticking around in the staging area. So that's going to come into the staging area. Now travel phase, we're going to go to the Enchanted Stream. So we're all good there. And now we'll move these dice out of the way since our quest phase has resolved. So now we will go into... oh, this is going to be so cool. We're going to go into the encounter phase. So I just need to make sure I have everything I need for this. Okay, yeah. I think we are in such a good state, we might be able to kill this Nazgul in either 1 or 2 turns. Probably 2, but check this out. We're going to have the Nazgul engage our Aragorn player over here. All right, so now we're going to enter into the combat phase. So the first thing, he automatically gets a shadow card. Now remember his ability. As soon as this shadow card resolves, the engaged player must choose and discard 1 character they control. So now what I'm going to do, I've been holding on to this all game, and I am going to spend 1 red resource off of Legolas to play Feint. Choose an enemy engaged with a player. That enemy cannot attack that player this phase. So the Nazgul cannot attack. It still gets a shadow card, but it cannot attack. So now we would go into declaring defenders. However, he can't attack, so we don't do that. And since he can't attack, this shadow card never resolves. It just gets discarded. So we can still look at it, but it won't trigger the shadow effect, and so it won't ever resolve. And it turns out it didn't have one, so in that case, that ability wouldn't have happened anyway, but it still goes away. And now we are just going to unload on the Nazgul here. So we're going to attack. I'm just kind of making sure I don't have anything else that could help in this combat. Yeah, this is going to be really cool, guys. So we're going to swing with Aragorn. As soon as he declares attacks, he's going to heal a damage off of himself and ping the Nazgul for 1 because of Valor. So that's 3 right there. We're going to also attack with Legolas because he has ranged. So that's going to also, Legolas has Valor, so that's going to put 2 damage here. And then Mendor also has ranged. Unfortunately, we can't swing with Barivor and the Veteran Axe Hand. Maybe I could have played that a little differently, but I really wanted Aragorn to attack so that he could get that damage off him. So now if we add up our attacks, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 against 3 shield, that's going to deal 4 damage. So he's already going to be at 6 damage, and he only has 9 HP. Amazing turn. Now kind of just looking at the board here for what's going to come next. We still need to do 9 here. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that all next turn. So let's hold off on taking these. Let's hold off on taking these for now, I think. I don't feel confident enough in that yet. So, all right. Combat phase is over. Let's go ahead and fast forward through refresh and resource, and we'll pick up at the planning phase. All right, we're now back at it. We have 2 here and 9 here, so 11. I don't think we're going to get through the quest on this turn, so we're not going to pick up these objectives until the next turn. In the resource phase, I did not draw any cards because our active location, the Enchanted Stream, doesn't allow that. So we're going to go ahead and jump into the planning phase now. And this is where things are going to get pretty cool. So we are going to do this. I'm going to spend 1 blue resource off of Aragorn. And I'm going to play Stand and Fight, where X is equal to 1. Choose an ally with a printed cost of 1 in any player's discard pile. Put that ally into play under your control. The chosen ally can belong to any sphere of influence. So I'm going to choose our Snowborn Scout, which seems like a weird one to choose, but he's going to come into play, and that does not count as playing an ally. After he enters play, choose a location, place 1 progress token on that location. We have our Tower Gate here, which only has 1 progress token. I'm going to go ahead and put it on that, and so that will get rid of our location there, which will reduce the shadow in our staging area. I like where that's at. Now, for our next move, I thought I had something a lot cooler, but it turns out I don't just yet. So I think I'm actually going to hold off here. Let's go ahead and exhaust Denethor to look at the top card. It is a Dungeon Jailer, which is going to count for 1 shadow. If Dungeon Jailer is in the staging area after the players have just quested unsuccessfully, shuffle one of the unclaimed objective cards from the staging area back into the encounter deck. So on this next turn, we're going to need to, if he's in the staging area, so we're probably going to want to just engage him. And he is pretty powerful, but I think that's okay. So let's go ahead and let's keep him there. I don't mind that. We might actually get through the quest on this turn. We might. Okay, but we might do it next turn, and that would be really cool because I would do it in a way I've never done before. So let's go ahead and go into the quest phase. We're going to do, of course, our 3 over here. So that's going to count for 9 as always. So we have 9 committed. And then we will do the Lorien Guide, which will let us put a progress token on our active location. So one less thing to worry about. We're going to be able to kill him we're definitely going to be killing him. But I also want to leave up some guys just in case. So let's go with our Daughter of Nimrodel. Do I want to waste her? Yeah, all right, let's do Barivore. Let's keep her up just in case we need to heal. So we'll go with, we have 9 over here. We're going to go with Barivore for 2. So that's going to bring us to 11. And then we're going to go with Faramir. So all of these characters, exhaust Faramir to choose a player. Each character controlled by that player gets +1. So that's going to add another 4 here, bringing us to 15. Mendor, we're going to leave him up. I think I like where this is at. So we got 15, and currently in the staging area, there's only 3. So where is my 3? I'm not going to discard anything. So yeah, I want to keep my hand. So we're going 15 against 3 for 12 total right now. And we still need quite a bit. So let's see how this plays out. First, we are going to get, we already know, our Dungeon Jailer, which is only going to be going for 1. So that will bring us to 4. Second flip, we have Mountains of Mirkwood. Travel, reveal the top card of the encounter deck and add it to the staging area to travel here. That's going to add 2, which will bring us to 6. So now our quest is, we're done. So let's see, we have 15 against 6. That's going to go for 9. So the first one, oh man, I didn't think we were going to beat the quest this turn, but it turns out we are. But we're not going to be able to progress because we don't control these, but that's okay. So let's go ahead and we got 9 total. So we're going to do 1 here, which will finish this location. And then we're going to do 8 here. So that's going to bring us to 14, and it needs 15. But now, guys, check this out. We are going to do the travel phase. So I'm actually not going to travel. I don't need to. And then we're going to do our engagement phase, and we're going to have the Dungeon Jailer go here. So if he's in the staging area after the players have just quested unsuccessfully, we would have lost one of these objectives. It would have gotten shuffled back in, but we quested successfully, so that doesn't matter. All right, our quest, we just did our engagement, so now we're going to enter our combat. So first thing, we do a shadow card here and a shadow card here. And now I've been holding on to this one. I had 1 in my opening hand, and I also got 1 in the last video. We're going to spend a red resource off of Legolas to play another feint on the Nazgul. So the Nazgul is not going to be able to attack this turn. And you guessed it, we're going to be able to kill him. So now we go through this. So our Nazgul is going to attack first. We are not going to declare a defender. This shadow card will never resolve. It will just fizzle out. And it was another tower gate. Was that right? Yeah, okay, I was just making sure I didn't put one from the wrong spot. So that's going to fizzle out. Now our Dungeon Jailer is going to still attack. We'll block with our Veteran Axe Hand, who has 1 shield, so 2 against 1. Our Shadow is non-existent, so our Veteran Axe Hand is only going to take 1 damage. Now we'll go ahead and enter combat ourselves, and what we're going to do is, I'm okay with this Dungeon Jailer being out for another turn. It's not a big deal. So, or do I? Well, let's see. If I have him and him attack, yeah, I think I need, yeah, okay. So we're just going to pretty much attack the Nazgul. So Legolas and Aragorn are both going to attack the Nazgul. On attacks, they would both heal because of Valor, and they'll each ping the Nazgul for 1. So that will bring him to 8 damage total. And then the attack goes through for 6. So our Nazgul is very easily defeated. those 2 feints, I was saving them the entire game, and it really paid off. So now, remember, we can't beat this quest until we have all 3 objectives and the prisoner is rescued. So our prisoner's rescued, we just got to get those objectives. So on the next turn, we'll be able to do this. So let's go ahead. Our combat is now over. I could attack this guy with Mendor, but it wouldn't do anything. So let's go ahead and do the refresh and resource, and we will now be able to draw cards because we got rid of that location. So we've now done everything. I went ahead and added all the appropriate resources. We drew some cards. So we're going to go ahead and enter into the planning phase, and we can do our actions right away. So remember, this is already at... Oh, I completely forgot a super important thing. Legolas... That was the whole point of this. So Legolas participated in an attack that killed the Nazgul. So our quest gets an additional 2 quest tokens, which would have brought this up to 4, which means we are now at 16. So normally, as soon as we had killed that Nazgul, we would have advanced the quest. However, we do not yet control all 3 objectives. So as soon as we take control of these 2 things, that quest is going to flip, and we're going to go into the next video. So let's look at what we currently have. I think that's honestly probably the move. I think what I want to do first is I'm going to exhaust Barivore, and I can choose a player. That player draws 2 cards. I'm going to go ahead and choose our player, our Aragorn player. So we're going to draw 2 cards. We got a Silverload Archer and a Valiant Sacrifice. Not really what I was hoping for. We're also going to exhaust Denethor to look at the top card here. It's Eyes of the Forest. When revealed, each player discards all cards in their hand. Let's go ahead and put... that might not be the worst thing in the world. Each player. Let's keep that there. And I'll show you why. Because we're probably going to win this game on this turn, but it's not going to happen until the next video. Okay, so we're going to keep that there. And now I think everything else is good. We're going to exhaust our Daughter of Nimrodel to heal a hero. Let's go ahead and heal Theodred. Okay, everyone else is looking good. I think we like where we're at. So now let's start doing some... Oh, wait, you know what? Sorry. Let's put that back because these are actions. Oh, yeah. That's fine. So let's heal Theodred, and now we will do our actions here. So okay, I don't think we're gonna play anything over here. So for our first action, oh, okay. So we're not gonna do any actions with anyone over here. That's fine. Then we will do actions over here. And so I don't think we're going to play anything from our hand. I guess we might as well. Let's spend 2 purple off Theodred and 2 purple off Aragorn, or sorry, 1 purple off Aragorn to play the Silverload Archer. It's just a little guy with ranged. And then let's go ahead and take on these 2 objectives. So we're going to claim the Shadow Key. Action, raise your threat by 2 to claim this objective. When it's free of encounters, when claimed, attach it to a hero you control. And at the end of each round, attached hero suffers 1 damage. We're going to put that on Aragorn. It is restricted. You're allowed to have 2 restricted attachments, and that is our second one. So he's not able to take on another one. But we're also going to claim the... Oh, did I raise this? I don't think so. So raise 2 threat. Then our Dungeon Torch. Raise your threat by 2 to claim this objective. And attach it to a hero. At the end of each round, raise attached hero controller's threat by 2. So we're going to put that on Theodred. And we're going to go up another 2 to 39. So that's why we played that Galadrim's Greeting earlier. And now, as soon as we claim that last objective, this quest will immediately trigger because we have enough quest tokens. We've gotten all the objectives. So Mendor, he'll after a quest is defeated, ready him, then each player draws a card. So we'll draw Protector of Lorien over here and a Test of Will over here. Awesome, that's a second Test of Will. We are definitely about to win this game. So we are now done with this second quest. Join me in the next video. We're going to flip over the third quest, and we're honestly probably going to knock it out. Oh, you know what? Technically, the planning phase isn't over. I've done all my actions here, but I haven't done any actions here. So I'm still allowed. Yeah, oh, that doesn't matter. We haven't done our quest phase yet. So we're probably going to beat this turn. But you'll have to see it in the next video. So thanks for watching. All right, there we go. We made it through quest 2, which is the hardest part of this scenario. That's when the Nazgul comes out, and I can't believe our luck having 2 faint cards and also very few enemies to deal with. We got, in the first quest, in the last video, it was kind of difficult with the number of locations coming out, but we were able to get through it, build up a powerful board state because of the lack of enemies, and then now it really paid off because we built up a good board state and we were able to throw everything at the Nazgul all at once, get them off the board, and get those last 2 objectives and finish the quest. So, as always, thank you for watching. Let me know what you thought in the comments down below, and the next video is going to be very quick and easy. I'm feeling very good about our chances in beating this. All right, see you later.